Okay.
Have fun with the curse.
The curse? What?
I think you got cursed.
What curse?
I don't know.
God damn it, my pants are still off.
Just make new ones.
You ripped them off. The pants I can make.
Just make some gobble ones.
Yeah. I don't think I.
That
What did I just make? Oh. What's up? Yeah.
Did you drop this?
I see. Yeah, I think. Which stuff is there? I need
Yep.
to think of a setup for my witchcraft stuff.
I see.
Yes. You really want to teach me right now, don't you?
I don't know. Where's Tia?
I don't know. I have a pumpkin.
I mean, if you want to.
Oh my god. I mean, I actually really want to basically work on my witchcraft stuff.
But while you're here,
Oh god. Okay.
where
You
is
have
she?
a triangle on your name.
They're in a voice chat group.
Oh. I see. I think Tia said no.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. How long is your teaching? Could it be like a full-on episode?
I mean, Here comes Tia.
If it could be like a proper episode, then I'd rather have it as an episode than.
No. We do it. We do it. We've been waiting
Yeah.
for so long.
Technically, the other day was meant to be you, but I got ill.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. No
You
excuses
delayed
now.
us.
We have
You're not
you.
delaying us again.
We have you here.
Hello.
I guess I'll just pop this into a part 2 for
Mhm.
YouTube.
Nice.
Yep. Witchery part and space create part.
Jesus Christ.
You could have a magic part and then a technology part. That you've just been absolutely more.
Well, I'm a bit cursed at the moment too.
Wait, what are you wearing?
Nothing.
A lucky.
Why are you wearing an onion ring as a bracelet?
It grants me temporary haste after I eat a food.
Oh yeah, here's the bed from the launch platform, by the way. I kind of broke it in a panic from Joe, so... Whoa!
I have a phantom membrane. I don't know what you can do with it.
Yeah. This is my witchcraft.
Okay, so there's 2 ways we can go about this.
It's not even looking at us right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. I'm emptied. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, my dagger. I'm emptied.
There's 2 ways we can go about this.
I need
Okay?
a retitle top.
Yeah, do the stream.
Oh
shit
no,
first.
it's still. Oh, it's. I do need to remove
Learning magic.
Learning. Stuff.
Technology.
I can't spell that.
Tech. Learning
just-
spinny spin.
Spinny thing. Spinny, spinny.
So, there's two ways we can go about this. We can either start with what Jay's half was, or we can start with what my half was.
I think your half is easier.
We'll start with my half.
Okay.
Okay. First things first. Follow me. Hold on, I need to get into character for this.
Oh yes, same. Ah, I'm caught on a ledge.
Welcome to Tierfox Life Industries. Soon, the monorail will be arriving to show you towards my factory, where you will begin your training.
You wrote a fucking script.
No, I'm improv right now.
Oh my god.
Tia doesn't read scripts.
I don't write scripts. All aboard? This is our first class monorail liner towards Tierfox Life Industries Factory Distribution Center. The conductors will shortly take us up there.
Alright, that bit was definitely scripted. It's like a bus. If you're skilled enough, you can get off while it's moving at the end.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tierfox Life Industries Factory Distribution Center.
Jesus Christ.
There
can you
is a
cut
lot
off
to
this
see
bit?
here. No, there's a lot to get through here, so let's get started with the basics. Okay, right. The first thing I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna teach you, or I'm gonna learn you some basic rotation. And that's the basics for this mod. So, what you'll need, 100%, if I can find
I
where I
just
put
realised
them.
I ain't got like a pair of goggles.
What you'll need, definitely, is... I can't find them. This is bad. Give me a mo.
Oh.
Where's it gone? Do I have string? Please tell me I have string.
Oh, they're full blocks.
Please. Please. I'll be right back.
He's gone invisible.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I thought you went invisible.
Oh, Joe's throwing me.
Oh, that's the curse.
She's throwing me around. Welcome back, Wolf. Out. She's punching me.
I need to clang one thing.
Ah! She's drowning me!
Probably watching the stream right now, just laughing.
Oh. Oh my god, there's a zombie behind me!
There is?
Yeah, it's a cowboy zombie. It was gonna say I didn't hit you, lol. I was gonna say I didn't hit you. Ow, I'm poisoned. Well, now I know which fucking puppet I need.
There we go. I can now see all this shit.
For today's lesson, you're going to need the two following items. A pair of engineer's goggles. And an engineer's wrench. Those goggles will be put on the slot on your head to the right of your helmet.
Okay.
Now, you can read the speed at which mechanisms are spinning. First lesson. Right. I'm gonna just be dropping in and out of character when I have the energy for it. So, okay, so, right. The first key part to starting up in Create is usually by making water wheels. They function pretty much by you place them, you put water near them, they spin, they make energy. Boom. That's as simple as it gets. There's two different types of water wheel. There is small water wheels, which are more modular, and there are large water wheels, which spin slower than regular water wheels, but they have a higher capacity for stress. Stress is the one word you're going to hear me say a lot in this mod, because one, it's the emotion I feel most when I play this mod, and two, it's how much spinning something can do before it breaks.
Sounds like you just want to torture yourself.
I am a masochist.
Oh
So
We ain't even got to the torture that happened outside.
that is a small water wheel.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. How it works is you would place water from the top corner here, and let it flow. Oh, I forgot it could do that. Let me just show you rather than tell you, because showing is a lot more fun than telling. It works like so. If I just actually, you know what? Fine, that works.
That actually does work.
Now, as you can see, the small water wheel has this little metal thing in the middle that's spinning.
Yeah.
You place a shaft, which I will show you how to make very shortly, which is actually the very first step. I completely forgot. But, yeah, you place those. They can go that many blocks, usually, before you need to place some other type of thing. But for now, that is the small water wheel demonstrated. The large water wheel, you'll notice, is considerably slower when I get around to placing it down, if I can get around to placing it down, because the water cryo fuel is just slow. Okay. Large water wheel, considerably bigger.
Yeah.
It is about 2 to 3 times as large, but the main drawback is it only goes a set speed. But once it's spinning, you can put the water from pretty much anywhere. You can have it run down from the top, run down through the bottom, run up the sides using bubble streams, anything. You can take any sort of approach to these, which is why I prefer them to the small ones. And I will show you in a moment.
Isn't
if I
this
can-
how we're going to be powering some other thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you can see, yeah. Large water wheel. Spins a lot slower, but you look at it, just one of these has a stress capacity of 512, or a small one had about a quarter of that.
Okay.
Water wheels
thought-
are good for the reason that you can place a bunch of them in a chain, and it will just add up their stress capacity. And just keep adding it on 512 per water wheel, depending on how fast they're spinning. But because
Okay.
the large ones only go set speed, it's 512. That's the good part about water wheels. It's why I'd say go for water wheels first as your first source of rotation. There's also 2 other ways you can go about it. You can get a manual approach, which, if I can find where I put it, is a hand crank. You right click it, it spins that way. You shift right click, it spins the other.
Okay.
Some machines will require rotation to come from one way, while others will require it to come from the other. There's no guaranteed way to know until you've gotten to that point. There's
Slap it on there and find out.
I'm now going to teach you the first key component that I forgot to tell you about, which is andesite alloys.
We're learning Great mod. Wolf. That is what's going on, I think.
Yes, that is what's going on.
Wolf is like, what's going on?
My head hurts.
I'm also being like drowning and pushing randomly. So if that's what you're on about, that's Joe cursing me.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you these. That's andesite and zinc nuggets. You can
Okay.
also use iron nuggets. They are interchangeable for this recipe. But you're gonna want to put in your small inventory crafting table the two andesite diagonal from each other. And then 2 zinc nuggets diagonal from each other.
Yep.
And you'll make an andesite alloy, which is the first step in the create mod entirely. It is
Okay.
the first thing you'll ever make when it comes to create. Nothing else can be made without it. You'll want to make... Oh.
I'm drowning.
You'll want to make as many of those as you can, and then stack 2 of them on top of each other in your small inventory crafting again.
Yep.
And that's how you make shafts. That's how you make water wheels. If you then... Hold on.
He's not allowed me to breathe.
If you take these wood planks and go into a regular crafting table, and then put a shaft and surround it with wooden planks.
Yep.
You make a small water wheel, then you'd get the same layout, but replace the shaft with that small water wheel, and you make a large one.
Wait, what? Oh,
Put the
large.
small water wheel in the middle, surround it with wood.
Yep. I'm
And then you
free!
get a large water wheel. And then that's usually how I start out in create. There's another way you can go about it, which is the hand cranks, obviously. But there's another way, which is wind power. You use wind. You make a windmill, and it spins, and you can use that to make power instead. But those are really unreliable, because 1, they are super expensive to make, because you need a lot of wool. And another thing is, you can't infinitely chain them together to make more power. You can only just keep adding sails onto a windmill until it reaches its cap, and then it stops being upgradable.
Okay.
But we'll show you a functional windmill later.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll show you a windmill when we get into Jay's section, since we'll be going there. So, obviously, that's how that works. The next thing you'd really want to make with Create is something called a mechanical press. Let me just go get it. You'll want to make that. That's a mechanical press.
Okay.
It's made with... Oh, yeah, another thing. Right. You still have some andesite alloys left, don't you?
Yes.
What I want you to do is right-click that on that strip log. Makes an andesite casing.
Okay.
Andesite casing is the next key component in Create entirely, because it allows you to make machines. This is the first one you'd really want to make. This is a mechanical press. What it does is, if I go and demonstrate again. There. If you
That'll do.
take an iron ingot and you put it on that and then spin it, crushes it
I see.
into a plate. You'd then take that plate with a right click, and then you'd press U on it in your inventory.
Nope.
In your actual inventory, and then press U, or have you set your
Oh.
uses button to another? Yeah. That's everything you can use an iron plate for. That's not just strictly limited to Create, because it's compatible with a bunch of other mods as well.
Okay.
Like Ad Astra. So some Ad Astra recipes would be in there as well.
Yes.
Which is why me and Jay decided to join our lesson into one, because the 2 mods are very highly compatible, and you'll see why when we get to Jay's part. But that is the press. The next things you'd want to do is work your way up through the machines. I'll just give you a rundown of what each of these does. We've got a mixer over here in the corner, which is obviously a mixer, which you make a whisk for, and then you combine it with a andesite casing and a cog. And then you put a basin under it, which is just a short cauldron, which is 5 andesite alloys in an upside down... No, in a U shape in the crafting table.
Minecart shape.
Yeah, it's like making a minecart out of andesite alloy.
Okay.
You'd throw things in there. So, let me see. about andesite and iron nugget. If I were to
There we go.
take the recipe, obviously, for andesite alloy when crafting it is you take 2 of each and you get 1 alloy. Whereas with using a mixer, it's more efficient. It takes 1 of each and it makes 1 alloy. So it cuts down the cost for andesite alloys in half, which is why it's a pretty important thing to have as well, since it stops you wasting much more resources than you need to. This is obviously a mechanical press, you've seen it. This, while it uses the same machine, isn't a mechanical press, it's a mechanical compactor. It basically does the same thing, but just to demonstrate, any recipe you can make that doesn't need a strict shape, like,
I
don't
thought
know,
Joe was offline. What the fuck? I can't kill it. Oh, it's a fucking invincible mod.
This is a mechanical compactor. Oh my...
Someone's invisible.
No, it's a zombie. I thought Joe was offline, so he can't. I have a
That's
zombie
not
following.
spoiling
Can I have some blocks? Killing. Oh, it's gone now.
Okay. Mechanical compactor. Basically, what it does, anything that doesn't have a strict shape when crafting it, it will craft it. So, if I use a... Actually, I don't know what I'm going to use as a... Oh, yes I do. I do know what I'm going to use as an example.
Help! 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 I'm stuck!
This thing's just not going to leave you alone, is it?
It's a speeder! It's a speeder! I can't fucking cage it! It's really fast! And I can't punch it! I can't run! Stopping me from running! I'll stay up here. Yeah, use your ass to block it.
Okay, basically, the mechanical compactor, what it does is if I, Jay, go throw these gold ingots in there,
Okay.
and then show us what it makes in response.
Okay. I'm watching.
Made a block of gold.
Nice.
What it does basically is it packs things together into whatever their most compact form is, which tends to be a shapeless crafting recipe
Okay.
in
Go
this
on.
sense because, yeah. But, that's just how it does. Mixers also do the same thing. Anything that has a technically shapeless crafting recipe, it will craft for you. It's it's got a lot of practical applications, I suppose. There's your cobblestone back. And
Thank
you
you.
can keep this gold block as a souvenir.
Thank you.
This
Hello,
is
Morgan.
a
That's
deployer.
Varro.
This is a deployer. It pokes basically.
That's
You
it.
would right click it with stuff and it will go into use mode. You can then shift right click it with you can right click it with a wrench, go into attack mode, you can give it a weapon and it'll attack things for you. It's good for making AFK farms because it will do all of the killing for you.
Okay.
But in this sense, the main thing you're going to want it for is the production of little things called precision mechanisms, which I will get into later because we haven't reached the brass age yet. I'm just explaining the andesite age, which I'm actually realizing now this is a brass contraption, so I have skipped forward. That is my bad. Okay.
It's
Either
alright,
way,
you're just running down the line.
yeah, these are a pair of crushing wheels. You make them using once again, brass, but you can't get to them without having brass, I mean. What they do is you would put something like some
I just
raw
put a
ore
diamond
in
in
there.
there.
You put a diamond in there, and the
Yep.
diamond comes out as grit.
Okay.
It crushes diamonds, which is not an actual default create thing. That's an add-on called Crafts and Additions that brings that in. But you can see in here, there is a bunch of different crushed ore in the chest at the bottom.
Yeah.
This is all the kinds of ore it can crush, including copper, which is the chest on the left, but because you get so much more, I had to put it in a separate chest, because I have no idea how much of this I'm going to fucking use. But that's all of the metals it's actually currently compatible with in this mod pack, so I have seen so far. But basically, you would drop ore or anything you want to crush in the top chest, or you can even use it while it's open. You can just drop something in manually.
Huh?
It will
Someone
crush
just
it.
put like 21 nuggets of experience
Oh.
in there.
As you can see, it will crush you if you step in it as well, so don't.
Makes sense. Makes sense. It is a crusher. It is like crushing you between it.
Yes, and a useful byproduct is
Great.
crushing the ore will give you nuggets of experience, which is basically experience orbs, but in a usable item form. If you take those and right-click,
What did you give me?
nugget
Oh.
of experience. Yeah, it's basically just solid experience. You just got levels. That's what it gave you.
As soon as I clicked it, I went blind.
You're still getting
Uh-oh.
cursed.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I've been drunk. Now I'm blind.
I will recommend, when we get to the space stuff, stop the curses.
Yeah, please. It's really going to interfere. The next thing on the... Hold on, give me a moment to collect my thoughts so I can speak and convey what I need to say properly. We have what you would look at and just think it's some depots laid out. It's much more than that. If Jay will demonstrate, there is lava underneath it. There's
Oh,
fans blowing that lava into the depot.
Oh,
Dom!
it's a
There's
toasty
fans
Dom.
blowing the lava into the bottom of the depots. And now these depots... Oh my god, would you please stop burning to death? Thank you. These function technically now as blast furnaces.
The curses won't stop until 7 Minecraft days.
Well, it's fine. If you take some of this crushed zinc that I had prepared earlier and slap it onto one of these depots,
Give it a good old
give it a
right
nice
click.
wallop,
Done.
you see that it's smoking.
Yeah.
It's cooking. It's these two function as a blast furnace each. And they are significantly
Dom.
faster.
Dumb stuff.
Well, even chat
significantly.
is saying stop dying, Dom, because you died 36 times and you're doing stupid shit like this.
These two are basically blast furnaces. They work faster than a regular blast furnace. However, in response to working faster, they don't give experience. So keep that in mind. Then, on the other side, we're going to take some crushed lead. Sure. You're going to take that and put them on one of the depots on the right. The trick to this one is there's water underneath it with fans. These are washers. They wash whatever you put on them.
Okay.
This has more practical uses, and it seems at the moment. Instead of smelting, it gives you nuggets of that metal, which you can then use to either craft them into ingots or whatever other purpose you may have for said nuggets. But with lead, it appears that
That's a lot of nuggets.
its only real use is to be turned into nuggets or some different alloys from modern industrialization. But you do not need to keep that lead. if you have. I'm not too sure. I will put it back in this chest over here.
Good, all good.
Right. That is the end of the Andesite age. The way that these work, which I didn't mention, these depots work, is underneath the lava and underneath the water, there's fans. The fans receive rotation from underneath them, and they then blow whatever liquid is on them into the air.
Mm.
If you blow lava or fire, which you can also blow with the fans, it will cause damage over time.
Oh,
through
you can't
burning.
jump out?
Why are you so heavy?
We just break the fence.
I think it might be the curses. He's been made heavy or something.
Nope, I'm not cursed with anything, I'm just poisoned.
Oh, okay. Well, the fans, without any liquids, they'll push things. They'll even push players, they'll push mobs, they'll push items and blocks on the floor. And that's kind of just a fun thing they do. It can be used for some very fun purposes. Jay, you remember when you walked in and I was stuck to my ceiling?
Yeah.
If you put a fan at max power, it can push you very high up in the air, enough to the point where if you're not wearing armor, it can cause at least half of your health bar worth of fall damage if you fall out of them. The range they push you is based on how fast they're spinning. How fast they are spinning does not affect the speed that they wash or cook or blast items.
He's blind
It
again.
just affects the range at which
It's
they
fine, I
do
can
it.
see Tia.
Moving on, we're going to go and teach you about brass. So we're going to take some of this zinc that we smelted,
Ass.
conveniently. Funny you are.
Yeah, funny. Funny.
Funny you are.
Funny.
So, we're going to smelt some copper, because that's the next component for brass. It's going to take a little bit.
Okay.
I apologize.
Oh, good. You can drink.
But yes, welcome back to TFX Life Industries.
I was
Continuing
choked.
on with our tour, the Brass Age. Woo! I'm gonna come back over to my mixer over here. You still blind? No.
No.
Okay.
I am thinking.
I'd like to introduce you to a little friend I have down here. It will give me the item. There we go. A blaze burner. These are made with the sheets, the iron sheets that I showed you earlier, and a piece of netherrack in the center surrounded with 4 iron sheets. You then take this into the nether and right-click a blaze to capture it. It can't get out once it's in there, so don't worry about that. You then take this, put it just underneath the basin, like that. Just underneath here, and then you feed it anything that burns to power it
Okay.
for a very short amount of time. You would then take this copper and the zinc while it's heated, and together they mix and they make brass, which is the next metal added by Create.
Okay.
We're only going to make about 12. That's as much as we'll need. I'll put the rest in the excess chest because I already had some brass prepared. This brass, functional-wise, like just through functionality, works very similar to zinc in some ways, and it also has the same application as andesite alloys, as I'll show you in just a moment. I need another log. Give me a log. You take that, you'd strip it, and then you right-click a brass ingot on there, and you get yourself a brass casing. If you hold your wrench, by the way, the wrench that I gave you, and then shift right-click it,
Yep.
it breaks it instantly without using any durability, and that is another way to up and guarantee that they don't fall in anywhere, because they are instantly taken to your inventory.
Okay.
So you'll never lose them if you shift right-click, unless your inventory's full, then they drop normally anyway. That brass, the first thing you'll want to do with it, is if you just shimmy on over here, is make some of these. These are mechanical crafters. They look complicated, but they basically just work as a crafting table that isn't bound to its 3x3. If I just go and get the ones that I left over here in a chest for just a moment. Give me a moment. I'm sorry, I'm coming back. I'm coming back, I'm sorry. Right. As you can see, they can be about that big. That's the maximum size for a mechanical crafter that you can have. That is also, conveniently, the size they need to be to make crushing wheels, which I told you about earlier.
Yeah.
If I just realign these into a way where everything will go where it needs to, that should do it. If I do that, there we go. What
Okay.
we're going to need for this is
This
we're
is the
going to
fun
need
bit.
some andesite alloys arranged in this pattern. Some wood planks arranged in that pattern, or is it different types of stone? I need to actually refresh myself on how I need to craft it. No, it is planks. And then any type, and I mean like literally any type of stone in the middle. It plays a fun animation,
Alright, that's pretty cool.
and they get put into whatever the output position is for it. So you can take those, since I already have some crushing wheels, and you can keep them for keepsake, I suppose, of this lesson.
More
But
souvenirs.
yeah, you'll get a lot of souvenirs from me.
And me.
And Jay. You'll also get a lot of souvenirs from Jay. I'm just going to put that back to the way it was, because I'm using it to craft different things. But that's mechanical crafters. They're not just used for the crushing wheels. You can also use them to just automate crafting of stuff that you don't want to craft yourself. Like, I don't know, annoying recipes like pistons, TNT, stuff like that. And as long as they are getting rotation from this thing over here, a cog, which is behind this electric motor, they will work infinitely. Another thing I completely skipped over when teaching you is something called, in the create business, a gear ratio, which is...
Oh god.
sounds complicated when you look at it from an outside angle, but when actually looking at it in the create aspect, it makes sense. Just gonna do one of these large water wheels again, just to demonstrate. Then I'm gonna have this here. I need some blocks to fill the area with. I don't have any. That's
I got some
great.
cobblestone.
I got some polished basalt. That will do. We're just gonna do this. Oh,
I think that failed.
Maybe don't stand in the cryofuel.
didn't mean to. Right. Yeah, don't do what I did. Don't use cryofuel instead of water. It doesn't.
The only thing we
end-
have.
It doesn't end well. It's the only thing I have. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay. I forget that my hammer insta-mines.
Just give him a minute.
Yep.
Okay. Continue?
Okay, you can observe from there.
Yep.
You're gonna want to take a shaft, or you can start off with directly one of the cogs. It doesn't matter. And you'll want to place a large cog as the first cog in the series.
Yeah.
Followed by diagonally connecting a small cogwheel. You'll then directly place another large cogwheel onto that. One diagonally connected. You can already see, if you look at the first large cogwheel, it is spinning much slower than this second large cogwheel. It's because each time you connect a large cogwheel to a small cogwheel in this way, it doubles the speed that this contraption is spinning. You can also do the opposite if I demonstrate like so. Take a small, run it into a big, connect it to a small, run it into a big.
God.
It's very obvious to see it has the inverse effect when done this way. This, while you'd think, why would you want it to spin slower if everything works better when it's fast? This is actually very useful. The slower a machine is, the less stress it has on whatever is making it spin. Which is good for fans, because if you have them running too quickly in the application that I have, they take up a lot more stress. A lot of machines, when you look at them with those goggles on, you'll see that they have, if it's a generator, like this large water wheel, it'll tell you how much stress it can take before it stops, which I'm going to demonstrate by hopefully running a gear ratio long enough. Give me a moment. Nope, I'm going to need more than that.
Yep, way more.
Okay, just give me a little bit. I'm going to make some more of this.
They've come down.
I don't know. I can't see the curse.
Yeah. I think it's safe.
And then we take another big. Run into a small. No, that ain't right. Another big. Run into a small. And then another big. Run into a small.
Oh my
Another big,
lord!
Run into a small. Yep.
Yep, that's going. That's
That
going.
is the maximum speed that a contraption powered by one water wheel can go. However, just doing this has already added a lot more stress onto this specific thing. I'm going to need to make a stressometer. Just a moment. I didn't prepare one of these. And a sight casing and a... Is that a compass? Yes, yes, it was a
Bit of a
compass.
compass.
Give me a moment again. I'm going to go just fly and make one of those. Whee!
I'm very sure it doesn't take damage.
There's a few things that actually give you damage. This
Yeah.
power saw over here gives you damage.
Well, that's just how normal Minecraft should do, really.
And I don't know. I don't know what else kills you.
Whoa. There they are. Here. Boom, boom. You'll see that having it like this, it tells you how much stress that a certain thing has. And how much stress it can take. If
Okay.
I go and get one of these, overstressed. So you'll see the faster something spins is however much stress impact it has.
Yeah.
If you look at this mechanical press with the goggles, you'll see it says kinetic stats, kinetic stress impact, 2048 SU at current speed. Overstressed. What that means is if it was spinning this fast, it would need that many stress units. So if we crank it down to run off of this small cogwheel instead, it runs. And that's how much impact it has on the mechanism. And you'll
Okay.
see how much it has left that it can handle on the stressometer. That's how much more it can take. So we could fit, I'd imagine, around 2 or 3 more mechanical presses on this one water wheel before it'd be overstressed.
I would
again.
even say one more. That's taken more than half.
Yeah, that's taking about a quarter of its capacity. So it might actually be able to take 3 more. But that is gear ratio demonstrated. Let me just go and put this stuff in back where it belongs.
Maybe we should pick up the very freezing liquid.
Yes, I will do that. Give me my bucket back. Thank you. Bucket, bucket.
Bucket.
Bucket?
This is where bucket just appears.
I would not be shocked. If you
Someone
say
said my name?
bucket 3 times, like Beetlejuice, he shall appear.
Bucket, bucket, bucket.
Bucket, bucket, bucket.
Bucket, bucket, bucket.
Oh, I'm blind.
It didn't summon bucket, it blinded you.
Yep.
Bucket, bucket, bucket.
No, that ain't gonna work.
No.
I don't think he has my stream on.
Well. Brass. While
Brass?
it has been brass. Brass. Not
Brass.
brass.
B-R-A-S-S.
As much as I would love to be talking about breasts right now in a Twitch friendly way, I cannot. I'm trying to teach you. So, what we have here is... Oh, why is it turning down?
The heat is not because
Why?
because one line isn't on.
Oh yeah, there's one line that just isn't fueled.
And the water thing is not on.
There's one line of blaze burners not ready, not cooking.
Oh, this
Hold
time. Oh no, this is a line. Some of them aren't. It's a
Okay, so looking at it, you have...
4.
You're running... You have 2/3 of your burners down.
Yeah, 4 of them are on.
That's because
Oh.
this
Oh,
seems
no, they're
to
starting
have...
up again.
Yep. As they should be.
Yep, stress unit is rising.
Good. This contraption you see here, Jesse, this whole setup, I mean more towards this, towards the front of it. What Create calls this is a boiler, but what everyone else calls it is a steam engine. The actual thing here is made up of things called fluid tanks, which is basically barrels, but for liquid, and you can't manually put stuff in. It stacks up in this tower and makes a fluid tank, and then you'd add these things here called steam engines onto the side or wherever, and it becomes a boiler. That boiler, then you can power it in 2 different ways. If you use campfires underneath this, it will produce a very small amount of heat. Or you can use blaze burners like I have, and they produce a lot more heat. The heat that they produce is what makes these spin faster.
Is that real? No, that's fake. Okay.
Invisible skeleton.
You caught the crossfire.
Managed to shoot me.
If it would shoot you again, it would have shot you by now.
Yeah.
This is a steam engine. I did write a book for it. I'm just going to read it out, since I know you don't like reading.
Yeah, I don't like reading.
Get reading.
I'll just read what the book says. This is a steam engine that automatically keeps itself powered with a mass stress unit capacity of just under 150,000 stress units. To simple that down, this thing is about as good as, I'd say, maybe even more than a stack of large water wheels. That's how good this thing is if it runs at this max speed, as it is right now. To turn it on, because obviously I had to write that in case I didn't turn it off or on when I left, there's a hand crank here. You'd spin that and it'd turn on. And then there's a button on the left side, this polished blackstone one, that turns it off. So just to demonstrate. It turns off in about 3 seconds. There we go. And then you turn it back on by spinning this hand crank. Over here.
Yeah.
On the thing. Spin it for me. Spin it for a little bit until these hands start to spin. Oh, it's overstressed. I forgot about that. There we go. And then that turns off and on. How this one in particular works is more complicated than a regular one. Usually, you'd probably be keeping these blaze burners fed manually with like coal and stuff to keep them burning. This thing does it on its own because it generates lava on the top. It drips into cauldrons underneath, which then pipes take it into a whole thing. I'll explain it more when you're more you have more mental capacity to listen. Because I know you're already tired and drained, probably, so I'm just going to try and speed this up. Feed blaze burners anything that burns, like coal, wood, buckets of lava. Buckets of lava are the most efficient, apart from a specific item creates ad called blaze cakes, which burn them at a superheated level.
What the fuck is that? Fucking Slender Man. Okay, continue.
This particular steam engine, the blaze burners come to life on their own after a time of just spinning the hand crank if it has run out of lava. There is the slight chance that when there is no pre-existing lava, will make lava and water meet in the pipes of the thing and they break and turn into cobblestone, but that's just a flaw that I can't seem to fix. It just comes with the design.
Okay.
It can be made stronger. This isn't even the strongest it can be. You know those blaze cakes I mentioned earlier? That makes them burn superheated, and it would have, I think, 50,000 more stress units capacity at max level. I'm not quite sure. And you can also, through an add-on called Crafts and Additions, use biofuel to do the same thing, which is infinitely renewable, but I haven't figured out a system for that yet either, so I haven't got that far. That's a steam engine. It's the most efficient and probably the pinnacle of stress unit creation in Create as it stands currently. This is what you should be striving to get, and then everything else is easy. This is a schematic cannon. I showed you this before because this is how I built the factory. It doesn't require any energy to work. It just needs gunpowder. You fill it with gunpowder,
Way too fast.
and then you'd use something over
Hi.
here
Huh?
called...
Hi.
You'd use this thing that you've just picked up, I believe. Unless
Nope.
that was
Can I steal
Jack
you,
who
Jay?
picked it up.
Ah, there's a
Sure.
fucking Enderman.
Jack, I robbed something.
Whatever Rob gloves.
Don't you teleport. Don't you
Schematic
teleport.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm being
Thank
robbed.
you.
Okay, what?
It's
How
a
do
schematic
we-
table.
Unobtainium.
It works basically. You
find
have
it.
special pieces of
I
paper
could've
in
sworn you were
Create
in that
that you
folder
can make
there.
called schematics. It's a piece of paper and
No.
light blue dye.
I
Yeah.
swear you could only.
Let me just.
Well, shit.
Don't teleport. Don't teleport.
End or...
Overworld.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unobtainium. Yeah, you can only find it as a ball.
It's a vampire, as it says.
Yeah, vampire
Vampire and an
and
Enderman.
yeah, the Sandman is so angry.
Well, I can't
It
attack them.
was-
So.
I know. They're mortal. But they're not real.
Obtain unobtainium usually
Ouch.
found underground.
The fucking skeleton too?
Okay.
So,
No, that's me.
Oh.
You can go back now.
okay. Ah,
Oh my god, there's two vampires. What the fuck?
I'm back. Oh my god, what is happening?
Two vampires and Enderman. And I'm poisoned. Okay, Enderman's gone.
Can't even attack it.
Did you just breed with them?
No, Jay has a backpack that feeds him, and it just makes those particles.
Oh, okay, I thought they just bred.
No. The schematic table, I'll
Okay.
just keep going.
Yeah,
while
yeah,
you-
yeah, I'm
yeah.
listening.
You
I don't
give
even
it a
have any
schematic,
food, it's just
which
doing
is
the party.
a piece of paper and a light blue dye. Oh god, I see what's happening on your screen. That's kind of crazy.
I know.
You give it a piece of paper and light blue dye. It makes a piece of something called a schematic. You can manually take a schematic of anything that is built in your world by combining it with a feather, and it makes a schematic and quill. There's a different UI for it. You take two areas, like using World Edit, but with a piece of paper. You'd right-click in this one spot, right-click in another. You'd capture things that you want to recreate somewhere else, and it makes a schematic of it. You can also get schematics from the Create Schematics website. They have a whole website for it. It's where people put them. You can get a bunch of cool stuff off of that website. It's how I have this factory. I found it on there. I didn't come up with this design myself.
You
I'm
might
not
want to
insane.
send me the
Yes, I
link.
Yeah, I will send you a link at some point. And I'll also let you use the schematic cannon if it comes to it. Let me just put some more stuff away because I realized I didn't do that yet. Anyway, Create, that's pretty much it for Create. I can go into more detail using add-ons, but I think we shouldn't push it because Jay's getting antsy about teaching you add after, so we'll move on to that now. But that is it for Create. I've taught you all I can.